So, if you are following any of my social media accounts, or if you have had a discussion with me, or we've crossed each other's path anytime within the last couple months, then you probably know that I am nearing the end of the final stages of getting my book ready to go to the editor. And as I'm getting closer, I'm beginning to share more about it and giving, like, you know, excerpts from it. And I'm finding that people are asking, rightfully so, a question that is important for me to answer, and that is, what is your book about? So I felt that it would probably be a little easier for me to just explain it in a quick video, as opposed to giving a long, drawn out written version of, like, where in my heart this book originated from. And so this is just simply just a little insight into kind of what to expect from this book. It's a book about love and relationships, but more about healing. It's a book about transforming, the transformative work it takes to move from, heartache and hardship to complete peace. And so what I did was I reached out and I asked the question, what are the things that we wish we would have known about love before we entered relationships? And so I received a overwhelming number of responses, more so than I thought I would, from women, and I did request it from solely women. And what I did was I was able to kind of sort through all of these quotes, or sort through all of these stories and experiences that these women so openly shared with me, and I divided them into these categories, which I guess we can call love lessons. And essentially it was all these experiences that were filled with heartache and pain and sadness, and kind of may have destroyed the understanding of love and relationships for us. And I took those and I put them into like chapters or categories, and from there I bridged out and I told stories. So for instance, if a woman may have said, like, I wish I knew the importance of self-love before I entered into a relationship, that would be the segue into the chapter about self-love. And so each chapter comes with a story. It helps us understand, like, what does love or relationships look like when we don't have the capacity or the understanding of who we are, and how important it is to love ourselves first. So it comes with a story, whether it be mine or someone else's. It's a way for us to kind of get a visual. Once that's kind of broken down, then it segues into a lesson, because everything that we experience, good, bad, or indifferent, teaches us a lesson. And so the lesson is kind of highlighted. This is what we learn when we love someone else before we love ourselves. And then at the end of each chapter, it is a segment, and it's probably the most important portion of each chapter, and that is the healing. So this book, again, is not necessarily to be focused on, pain and misery and hardship, because at the end of it, we want to celebrate the fact that, love can exist outside of all these things, and we can overcome and triumph through the things that were or have the potential to break us. And so at the end of each chapter is healing. It talks about how do you overcome, or how do you heal when your relationship was absent of self-love, or from abuse, or if you grew up in a way that contradicted everything that you understand love to be now. Or I can't even tell you the number of really great, profound life love lessons that are in this book. I'm looking at probably like around 30ish. I'm pretty sure my editor's gonna chop a few, but nonetheless, it's a rich book, a book of just really peeling back the layers, really getting down to the core of what causes us to get into these damaging, destructive, just broken love affairs. And so again, more importantly, this book is about, like, how to transform, how to come outside of that, because there is another side. And so I am extremely ecstatic to be able to share this with you guys. Again, I'm wearing the editing on my face. It's late hours, it's long nights, it's heavy work, but again, as I get closer and closer, I do want to bring you guys more insight so that you can, know what to prepare for. And although this is written from the perspective of women, because I'm a woman and I understand from mine, it is not just for women. This book is essentially for any and all of us. And so I hope that I have just as much men reading this book as I do women. And so to answer the question, that is what my book is about. And again, over the next, couple months, I will be sharing pieces from it. It goes to the editor in December, but I'll still be kind of giving you guys little snippets here and there as we prepare for, the actual launch of it. So to anyone and everyone who has supported me and, put a positive word in my ear, or spoke greatness over this book or what's to come, I do thank you. I am going into hibernation in the next couple of weeks just to kind of get everything wrapped up, but I'm excited and anxious and overwhelmed and in disbelief and all those emotions, but it's here and I'm ready to share, and yeah, there you go. So that is what my book is about, and hopefully you get a little bit better insight.